Hello, my festive angels. It's me, Lord Nicolina, aka Saint Nicolina, and welcome to the second and final Christmas-themed episode of Angel Rise for 2023. Before we begin, I have decided that I will be doing a motivational speech as my last Christmas video for this year. I feel since I've been lacking behind in motivational speech videos, and since Christmas, I feel, is an amazing time to give such speeches, I feel it'll be more than fitting. Also, I would like to let you know that I have already decided on what I'm going to do for the year-end special for 2023 and the first episode of 2024. I'll reveal the topics of these episodes in the 2023 year-end special, which I'll make sometime next week. So stay tuned for all that's coming up, because I'm super excited to share those videos with you all. With that being said, Christmas is just around the corner, and I'm ready to bring you the second and final Christmas-themed episode of Angel Rise for 2023. Let's get into it. From what I talked about in the last episode, Christmas movies are a big way to get into the holiday spirit. But do you want to know what else can do that? Christmas music. Lots of it. From classic hits, from artists like Autry, Frank Sinatra, and Bing Crosby, to modern-day hits from Connick Jr. and Michael Buble. There is a variety to choose from. But here today, I'm going to share with you all my 5 most favorite Christmas songs, and versions of them I enjoy the most. Due to copyright, I will not be sharing samples of these songs. Instead, I'll leave links below in the description of this video to the songs I mention. So I hope you'll all have your songbooks ready to sing your heart out to these joyous tunes of the holiday season. Sleigh Ride. We're kicking things off here with a song that has a wintertime meaning, but has been linked with Christmas for over 6 decades. The song was originally composed in May 1948 by the Boston Pops Orchestra, with Arthur Fielder at the helm. The lyrical part wasn't written until 1950 by American lyricist Mitchell Parrish, which tells of a story of wintertime activities, notably a sleigh ride, hence the song's title. Though Sleigh Ride's lyrical content is themed around winter in general, it was first symbolized with Christmas in 1963, when the American girl group called the Ronettes recorded the song as part of the Christmas LP A Christmas Gift for You from Phil Spector, whom the Ronettes had a record deal with at the time. Their recording has become the most popular version of Sleigh Ride outside of the pop genre. Personally, I really like this version, especially the ring-a-ling-a-ling part. Makes it sound like there are Christmas bells on the sleigh in my opinion. However, my favorite version of Sleigh Ride comes from the 1993 Christmas album When My Heart Finds Christmas by American jazz singer Connick Jr. It's my all-time favorite Christmas album, and the one I've familiarized myself with the most. I highly recommend you all go and give it a listen. His version of Sleigh Ride honestly sounds like it could be from the late 40s to early 50s. I honestly could imagine hearing this at a Christmas-themed nightclub. The usage of saxophones and trumpets, as well as the way Connick Jr. sings it, is what I feel makes his version of Sleigh Ride my favorite out of all the versions that have been made up to this point. It's often been the first Christmas song I listen to on a yearly basis. And whenever I listen to it, there's the link between the original and this version. Sleigh Ride as a whole is an amazing Christmas song to listen to. And like I mentioned, while its lyrical content is more related to wintertime activities, it's no doubt that the winter activities mentioned can be part of Christmas celebrations too. Now that I think of it, this is a song I should listen to more, even after Christmas. And whenever I think of doing so, I'll think of Harry Connick Jr. Here Comes Santa Claus. This Christmas song was created not long before Sleigh Ride was introduced, but its meaning has more than one side to it. Here Comes Santa Claus was originally made in August 1947 and released on October 6th of the same year. The man behind the original recording is the one dubbed the Singing Cowboy, Gene Autry. And it's his original version, the first ever recording, that I enjoy the most. In childhood, when I was introduced to the song, I had very little understanding for a certain part of it, and that was the lyric, "Hang your stockings and say your prayers." For context, this song combines two veins of Christmas, which is the mythology surrounding Santa Claus and the origin of the holiday through Christianity. Back then, I wasn't as understanding of God and religion. I thought it was just bland and felt like I didn't need God for the troubles I go through in life. So in turn, I only listened to the song because I was more interested in the Santa part since I understood that a lot more. However, it was either Christmas 2020 or 2021 when I fully realized my belief in God that I began to understand the religious part of it. That's what I feel makes this song a Christmas classic. Because Santa isn't the only major figure when it comes to the holiday season, but Jesus as well. And that presents Christmas as a time for peace and comfort. Gene Autry depicts this quite well in the song with the lyric, "Peace on earth will come to all if we just follow the light." Here Comes Santa Claus has been covered numerous times since Gene originally wrote it, but his version, in my mind, will forever remain a classic. And it helped me understand both Santa and God's part in making Christmas the way it is. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. The song's title is honestly more than fitting. I mean, Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year to many people. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas was originally written in 1951 by American musical arranger Meredith Willson, and recorded in the same year by Perry Como and the Fontaine Sisters with Mitchell Ayers and his orchestra in September, which has been widely popular since its creation and was featured in The Polar Express, one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. It gained further popularity with Bing Crosby's recording of it just 2 weeks later on October 1st, 1951. While I haven't listened to too much of the original version by Perry Como, I do find the Bing Crosby version a lot more enjoyable. His version has the classic feel to it, and it sounds like it could be played in a vintage-styled Christmas movie. However, that's only my second favorite version of It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. My favorite version is the one released on October 24th, 2011 by Canadian singer Michael Buble as the first track to his highly successful Christmas album, simply titled Christmas. Michael Bublé's version of this song is, in my opinion, the most unique among any other one made, most notably with the orchestral opening to it before the lyrical part. And as opposed to other versions, Michael sings it in a more slower and smoother tone. That, to me, makes the lyrics more understandable and satisfying to listen to, and the ending brings it all together, especially the once more part. Sounds like something out of a modern Christmas movie. As for the song as a whole, it perfectly captures the feeling of Christmas time. The decorations around town, the wishes of gifts for children, and the parents looking forward to the end of the holiday break before it even gets off the ground. I would say some, but not all parents are like that. No hard feelings regardless. So if you're looking for a song that captures a town and family around Christmas time, this is right up your alley. And Michael Buble can help some of the stress you may have around the holiday season. Angels We Have Heard on High. If you ever wondered about a Christmas song that could perfectly fit my OCs, this would be the one to go for. Angels We Have Heard on High was one of the first ever Christmas songs to be written, originally done so in 1862. The lyrics were inspired by a translation of a traditional French carol known as Les Anges dans nos campagnes, The Angels in Our Countryside, originally claimed to be written in 1842. The lyrics connect to the Christian origin of Christmas, notably the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, in which shepherds come across a bunch of angels singing and praising his birth. Unlike the other songs I mentioned here, I didn't listen to the song very often around Christmas time when I was a kid. But when I was making my 2020 Christmas comics, that's when I came across one of two versions that I really enjoy. The first version I came across was made by independent Norwegian composer Peter B. Helland as part of his Christmas album O Holy Night, which is named after the Christmas song of the same name. While it is an instrumental version, it honestly sounds wonderful. After listening to it a few times, I understood the connection between this song and my OCs, though at the time, Nickel Daisy and Nickel Peach had yet to be created. To clarify, this version of Angels We Have Heard on High was part of a video compilation of Christmas music from the album I mentioned earlier, and it was the video I listened to while working on each comic for that year. Honestly, that is one of my fondest Christmas memories. As for the second version I like, it comes from a Christian rock band called Third Day, from their 2006 Christmas album, Christmas Offerings. Much like Michael Bublé's version of It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, this version of Angels We Have Heard on High is quite unique among other versions. The Gloria part is not mentioned in the first verse, but it is mentioned in the other three verses. Keep in mind, for those who are and aren't familiar with this song, it was originally written with 4 verses as opposed to only 3 that are commonly sung in other versions. The 4th verse in the Third Day version, however, has a lyrical change. The lyric, "Whom the choir of angels praise," is sung as Jesus, Lord of heaven and earth. And the last part of that verse is fit to match that, with "While our heart in love we raise," is sung as "With us sing our Savior's birth." That last part to me sounds like the original "Whom the choir of angels praise" part in the original song, and that does make sense to me. It's like the band itself are the angels who sing in celebration of Jesus' birth. As a whole, both versions are amazing to listen to, though I do like the Peter B. Helland version a little bit more. But much like Here Comes Santa Claus, Angels We Have Heard on High helped me understand the religious meaning behind Christmas. And even outside of Christmas, I listen to this song. It's the only Christmas song I listen to outside of the holiday to date. I feel it's not only a symbol of Christmas, but also my OCs. It's a wonderful tune to bring gratitude and love to a part of myself that I feel I couldn't have imagined myself embracing. So, to those who wrote Angels We Have Heard on High, you deserve a great amount of praise, even from God and myself. God bless. And finally, Jingle Bells. Easily one of the most iconic Christmas songs to ever be written, and my all-time favorite to listen to around the holiday season. Jingle Bells was originally written in 1850 by American composer James Lord Pierpont, and published on September 16, 1857 by Oliver Ditson & Co. from Boston. It became associated with winter and Christmas in the 1860s and 1870s, and its first recording was in 1889 on an Edison cylinder by composer Will Lyle, which is actually perceived to be the first ever recording of Christmas music. However, it was lost, but another Edison recording from 1898, recorded by the Edison Male Quartet, survives to this day. But it was on August 8, 1946, that my favorite version of the song was recorded. The version was recorded by none other than Frank Sinatra for his Christmas album, Christmas Songs by Frank Sinatra, which was released in 1948. Almost from the moment I laid my ears on this version of Jingle Bells as a child, it became the major staple of the Christmas music I would listen to on a yearly basis. And for the longest time, I didn't know it was Frank Sinatra who actually sung this version of Jingle Bells. It wasn't until I was in my teens that I realized that this was in fact Frank Sinatra's version of Jingle Bells. What makes this version of the iconic Christmas song my all-time favorite is the part, "I love those Jingle bells." Spelling out Jingle Bells. I'm honestly speechless on how good that makes this version of the song. Every time I think about it, there are little to no words to say how iconic that line is. I kid you not. Jingle Bells, like I mentioned, is my all-time favorite Christmas song. There are countless other versions I like, notably from Michael Buble, but the Frank Sinatra version will always be the true representation on how I feel towards Christmas music. Because without it, I feel Christmas would be a little less jolly than it is. No Christmas, I feel, is complete without the Frank Sinatra version of Jingle Bells. Forever having that, along with the other songs mentioned, as part of an amazing and festive melody. And with that, this officially wraps up the second and final Christmas-themed episode of Angel Rise for 2023. This was an episode I honestly didn't think about making initially, but how would the Christmas-themed episodes be complete without a mention of my favorite Christmas songs? 5 of them that symbolize Christmas in a big way for me. For those of you who are watching, what are your favorite Christmas songs to listen to? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to leave a like and share this with your loved ones. Spread the word about Angel Rise and the Lord Nicolina YouTube channel. For those who are new here and would like to join this journey of mine, then please feel free to subscribe to join the Blue and White Angel Brethren today. Click on the notification bell when you subscribe so that you are notified whenever I release new content. And check out my other videos too. Thank you all so much for watching the second and final Christmas-themed episode of Angel Rise for 2023. I hope you all have a great day or night whenever you are watching this. And I hope you all have a safe and wonderful Christmas and holiday season. Until we meet again, my name is Lord Nicolina, aka Saint Nicolina. Be strong, stay positive, and God bless. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays!
Ah!